Okay, let's talk about the when-then trap. I think we all know it. When things calm down at work, then I'll start that project.
Oh, absolutely. When the economy is better, then I'll launch my business. It's sort of the universal human delay tactic.
We think we're being strategic, but really, are we just stalling?
I think we usually are, and that's exactly what we're getting into today with this framework called Fulfilling Your Mission of Light. It really takes that whole waiting game apart,
It does. It's basically a visual guide to taking action. It shows these two um, very different states of being. You have the challenge on one side.
which is where most of us get stuck.
Yeah, totally stuck. And on the other side, the solution, which is, well, it's a completely different way of operating.
And what I like is that it doesn't just jump into, blind positivity. It starts with the reality of what it calls external headwinds.
Right. And the image for that part is so perfect.
Yeah.
It's this figure just hunched over on the edge of a cliff looking totally overwhelmed.
It's that analysis paralysis, that spiral you get into when you're just crushed by all the what ifs.
And the framework is so direct about it. It says, excuses are endless.
And here's the kicker. It also says those excuses are usually legitimate. If you actually look at your objective circumstances, the market, the news, whatever, you will always, always find a perfectly logical reason to wait.
That's what makes it so dangerous, isn't it? The reasons feel real.
Yeah.
You're not lying to yourself. You're just letting the facts paralyze you.
Exactly. And that brings us to this idea of tailwinds.
Okay, this is the part that I found really counterintuitive because normally a tailwind is a good thing, right? You want the wind at your back.
Of course.
But this framework says relying on them is a sign of weakness. How is that weak? Isn't that just being smart?
It feels smart, but it's actually creating a dependency. That's the key. The framework argues that your movement becomes conditional.
Conditional, meaning you only go if the weather is good.
Precisely. You've handed over control to your environment. So you're not the one moving things forward, the circumstances are. And if they change, you stop dead.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a pretty high standard. It basically defines being effective
Yeah.
as being able to move despite the headwinds, not just because of the tailwinds.
That's it. Your effectiveness has to be weatherproof. Which, brings us to the second half. The solution, your inner flame.
And this is where the focus just completely shifts. You stop looking out at the storm.
And you start looking inside. The central question is no longer, is this the right time?
It becomes, is the flame of my mission lit inside my heart?
It's about shifting your locus of control. You have to tune out the external noise you can't control and tune into the one thing you can, your own resolve.
But let's be practical. How do you just light a flame when you're feeling exhausted and the wind is howling?
Well, it's not really about just manufacturing an emotion. The framework uses a symbol here that I find fascinating, an anchor.
An anchor. But doesn't an anchor hold you in place?
Usually, yes. But here, it represents a decision, not a decision to stay put.
A decision to go it.
A decision to stabilize your commitment, to say, this is happening regardless. You drop anchor on your mission. That act, that simple, firm decision, that's the spark.
So the anchor isn't holding you back from the journey. It's holding you steady against the excuses.
You got it. And once that decision is made, the text says, your inner light is your guide.
And the storm doesn't just disappear. I think that's a key point.
No, not at all. The headwinds are still there. The model shows the person moving forward through the storm, wind, or rain. The external conditions are identical.
But the person is different.
The person is different. One is waiting for the world to give them permission to move. The other is moving and, in doing so, changing their own world.
The inner flame becomes the engine that the tailwind was supposed to be.
Exactly. It makes the whole idea of bad timing irrelevant. If your power is internal, then timing is just another external variable that you can navigate.
So it really puts all the responsibility back on you.
Yeah.
Which is both empowering and a little bit scary.
As it should be.
So for everyone listening, the takeaway here is pretty clear. Effectiveness isn't about finding an easy path. It comes from your own internal resolve.
Don't wait for the tailwind. Light the flame.
And we want to leave you with one final thought. If you feel like you're making progress right now, just pause for a second and ask yourself, are you moving because your own engine is running?
Or are you just drifting because the current happens to be flowing your way? And what happens when it changes?
Something to think about. Thanks for diving in with us.